What's up, guys? Hey, you guys ready for a fun week? Tomorrow night we got the debate. I'll be live streaming it. It's going to be awesome. Well, we'll make sure Kamala doesn't get away with any of her lies. Let me put it that way. Then we got inflation data this week, which right now the market is soaring up. It's rallying. It's all good. They're trying to back out from what happened last week. But I tell you this, that the inflation numbers are going to come in, and if they are not significantly low, the market's going to freak out because they know that the rate cuts now are only going to come in at 25 instead of 50. And there's been a lot of talk with the Fed right now. The speakers, they're trying to get 50 out of them, and they are not budging. And they're not committing to it either way, but the idea is that it doesn't look good for what the market wants. So get ready for that. The stock market could be very volatile this week as that data is released, because last week's jobs stuff was awful. And yet the unemployment number is still 4.2, went down somehow. Those magic miracle numbers they got. But so yeah, with the debate, I expect the rest of the week we're going to see Kamala panic mode. The media is going to go in full on cover for her mode. They might even say she won. I'll tell you right now, it's a day and a half away. She's not going to win the debate. She's a disaster. So unless Trump gets up and takes a dump on stage, he's going to win that debate. And so that's just how it's going to go. He's smarter, he's sharper, he knows his policies. He has actual policies, so all that's going to help him. But anyways, just get ready, guys. This rest of the week's going to be very, very interesting. We're in September now. We're in the home stretch till the election. It is less than 2 months now until the election. You better believe these next 8 weeks are going to be insane every step of the way. The market, the economy are getting decisively worse. Interest rates are coming next week, the cuts. I think that's going to accelerate the downturn as it has in every other recession ever. They're not going to cut enough for the stock market to get super excited, which is interesting, but they've already priced that in, which is interesting. Today I saw this huge thing where it is now legal to bet on the election. That had been illegal before in several areas, but now this judge just offered this ruling, so now it's open to bet. And I saw this amazing argument that meant that now, and by the way, it was the Biden administration challenging it, but now there's financial stakes in the election, which means there is an opening. If there's any nonsense in the election, there's now an opening now for people to have standing if they believe it was rigged, because there's financial backing behind it. There's financial incentives behind the election because of the betting. This is the kind of thing that is changing everything. Meanwhile, the New York Times Sienna poll came out a couple days ago. Trump up 1. I'm telling you, that is sending shockwaves through Washington, D.C. and the country, especially on the Democratic side. They are freaking out. There was a story in Political this last week where they are freaking out because Kamala, her entire debate strategy was based upon interrupting Trump and calling him out, fact-checking him, making it about him so she doesn't have to defend policies or talk about policies at all. But then they muted the mics, and now they're not allowing her to get away with that. So they're freaking out that her entire strategy is gone because she doesn't have anything else. So guys, I'm telling you, it is getting wild before the election. It's these little things that most people aren't going to notice, but I'm telling you, behind the scenes, these are big deals. This is getting crazy. The economy, the stock market are getting crazy. So get ready, guys, because we're going to win this election. Then the real craziness starts. But leading up to the election, it's going to be more and more of this little stuff. And here's the very interesting place we're in right now. The Democrats are losing this election. They know it. And so half of them, maybe not half yet, but quite a bit of them are starting to give up and plan for 2028. Those are the selfish ones, the ones that are like, I'm in it for myself. But the true believers know, the deep state ones, the ones most attached to all this, they know that if they lose this election, it's over for them. They will never have a deep state hold on America again. We will go back to a much more American society. There'll still be pockets of these places and states that are very socialistic, very left-leaning craziness, but the overall country is going to go back, and we're going to have a very long period before they can ever get back in power the way they are now. And so what they're deciding is, do I want to just hold power for myself, keep my popularity, make my money, or am I in it for the greater good? The good news is people who are awful people rarely can be in it for the greater good. And when it gets tough, they start bailing out for themselves. We're starting to see that as we get closer to the election, and it gets harder and harder for them to do this. We're going to see it bailing out. I believe the cracks are there for them to fall apart. And it's one of the reasons I believe that this election, once they realize they can't steal it, they're not going to have enough. They're not going to try as hard, which is going to open up the way for the Trump landslide. Because right now they have two options: stick in this and lose all on the same team, go down with the sinking ship, or bail and try to make it for yourself later. That is when the pedal comes to the metal. That is when people have to make decisions that will greatly affect the party. I'm already seeing in this in certain areas, like Gavin Newsom. He is all out for himself, man. This is why he's vetoing all these crazy bills in California. He's preparing for the future. Keep looking out for this. AOC is another one. They are losing their star power. So anyways, get ready for a crazy interesting week. I will be here at night lives to walk through it with you guys. Tonight's going to be interesting. I got the Niners game, so I'm either going to be early or late. You guys, I'm not missing my opening week with these guys. But the rest of the week, I will live stream the debates. I'll be here Wednesday for Thursday. You guys know the schedule. You'll see me around, and then look for these little update videos along the way. But get ready, guys. Home stretch, final 8 weeks. This week is a banger, and it's going to get nuts from here on out. All right, God bless you guys. See you soon.